video, dead, gaming. Comment, rate, and subscribe for free cake.
Greetings Wastelanders, here is a quick guide for beginners on how to build an effective vehicle in Crossout. In the early stages of the game, you'll have 3 weapon types to choose from: shotguns, machine guns, and cannons. Choose the right weapon for whichever playstyle you wish to adopt. Shotguns are best for flanking the enemy and getting in close. Machine guns are best at mid-range harassment. Cannons are best at heavy hitting from a distance. This brings us to tip number 1. Don't mix weapon types. A build with a cannon and machine guns, for example, will underperform in both playstyles. So either choose to have all machine guns or all cannons. This tip doesn't necessarily apply in the later stages of the game where weapon types are more varied. Tip number 2. Get a growl cap. This should be your first rare purchase. It will give you the most energy points for a cap of this rarity. Energy points allow you to put more weapons and modules on your vehicle. Generators will also add energy points, but will also raise your power score. The higher your power score, the better equipped your enemies will likely be in battle. So for now, let's keep the power score as low as we can. Tip number 3. Starting your build. A good method is to build an inner skeleton. Build your frame. Add your cap, wheels, and any modules you're using. It's usually best to hide modules within your frame, especially fuel tanks or generators, as they will explode if destroyed. Try to attach your cab into multiple frame pieces, or at least onto a strong piece. If the frame holding the cab gets destroyed, your whole frame is gone. Tip number 4. Weapon placement. Wide rarity weapons have pretty low durability, so placing them so they don't get stripped off quickly can be tricky. You can choose to surround them with armor pieces, limiting their firing angle, or you can spread them out so they're not bunched up. So anyone aiming to strip them will have to chew through some armor pieces first or take them off one at a time. Weapons are best mounted on either your cap, frame, or the special weapon mounting pieces that have the damage pass-through feature. Although they appear weak, a lot of explosive and bullet damage will pass through them. These special weapon mounts should be connected to your frame or cap. Tip number 5. Choosing the right armor. Here are some things to consider when adding armor pieces. Firstly, look at the weight to durability ratio of a particular piece. A piece with high durability relative to its weight is a good choice. Most armor pieces also add to vehicle durability. This is basically your cab durability, so the more of these you add, the tougher your cab will be. Bumper pieces have a lot of impact damage protection. They also deal damage to your enemy, so these are great for putting in places where you expect to be hitting enemy vehicles. They also have very good weight to durability ratio, but do not add to vehicle durability. Remember that armor falls off when it has taken as much damage as it can. Any other armor pieces attached to a piece that comes off will also come off. So it's a good idea to have multiple points of contact for important armor pieces. Tip number 6. Don't upgrade weapon rarity too soon. It's tempting to get those blue shotguns because they're slightly better than your white ones, but the better way to increase their effectiveness would be to upgrade any modules that affect your weapon type first. So let's say you have a shotgun build with 3 white shotguns and 2 white radiators. Your best bet would be to get better radiators before you get better shotguns. Tip number 7. Wheels. It can be beneficial to have more than 4 wheels on your vehicle. In combat you may lose a wheel or 2, so having some extra ones will help you keep moving, especially on the front where you'll likely take most damage. You could even have some armor pieces shielding them. Wheels also affect your vehicle's power, so adding lots of wheels will affect your acceleration. You won't need to bother getting anything other than wide rarity wheels in the early stages of the game. These will serve you well for a while. Tip number 8. Tonnage and mass limit. Tonnage and mass limit determine how much weight you can have on your vehicle. These are dictated by the cab you're using. Tonnage is always less than mass limit and is the amount of weight you can have before acceleration and top speed are drastically affected. To increase tonnage, add wheels or other movement parts. Mass limit is the overall limit of weight you can have before you become virtually unmovable. Some engines can increase tonnage and mass limit. Tip number 9. Radar and radio. Always put a radio and radar on your vehicle. The radar will help you see enemies on your minimap and also highlight them in your sight radius as long as they're in sight of your car. A radio will transmit this information to your allies, so they will also see enemies on their minimaps. I hope these tips prove useful to you in building your own wasteland death machines. If you have any questions, write them in the comments section and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.